I speak today not as one voice, but as the echo of many, as the herald of truth, and as a vessel for the divine will. In this moment, let us cast away illusion. Let us stand firm in the light, and let us open ourselves to the wisdom that has been ordained from the beginning of time. May these words awaken, may they empower, and may they serve as a beacon for all who seek the path of righteousness and ascension. The time is now, the calling is clear, so let us begin. There comes a moment in every era when the balance begins to shift, not loudly, not all at once, but quietly, undeniably. A moment when those who once operated in shadows begin to feel the light pressing in. And in that moment, something changes, not always in their hearts, but in their circumstances. Because when power fades, when protection disappears, when truth begins to surface, even those who once showed no restraint suddenly begins to speak a new language. A language of regret, a language of apology, a language of mercy. But let us be clear, collective. Not every request for mercy comes from transformation. Sometimes it comes from exposure, and those are not the same thing. Mercy is one of those most powerful forces any being can wield, because mercy only exists when there is power to do otherwise. If you cannot punish, if you cannot enforce consequence, then what you offer is not mercy. It is limitation. But when you can act, when you can respond, when you can enforce justice, and you pause, that is where mercy lives. But let me give you an example. There was a man who trusted someone close to him, a partner, a confidant, someone who had access to his life, his plans, his future. Behind his back, that person slowly worked against him, undermining opportunities, spreading quiet doubt, positioning themselves to benefit if he ever failed. For years, this went unnoticed. And during those years, there was no remorse, no hesitation, no internal conflict. Because as long as the system favored them, their behavior felt justified. But then the shift came. Boom, boom. Truth surfaced. Evidence appeared. The structure that once protected him collapsed. And suddenly, I didn't mean it. I was going through something. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. The question is not, should mercy exist? The question is, what is the nature of this request? Is it born from awakening or from fear of consequence? There's another pattern the collective must understand, and it is the most revealing. It is not just about what people do. It is about when they choose to speak and when they remain silent. Because there are situations where actions are carried out in the background, quietly, strategically, without announcement, without hesitation. People may engage in manipulation, influence, or harmful intent behind closed doors in ways they believe will never be seen. And during that time, there is no request for mercy. No one pauses mid-action and says, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe this could harm someone. Maybe I should stop, Because when someone believes they are hidden, when they believe they are protected, when they believe there will be no consequence, their actions reflect their true level of awareness and integrity. Imagine a situation where individuals coordinate behind the scenes to influence outcomes in someone's life. They may spread misinformation, disrupt relationships, create confusion or instability, operate in ways meant to weaken or isolate someone, all while maintaining a completely different image on the surface. During this entire process, there is no appeal for mercy, because in their mind, they are not at risk, But then something changes. Information surfaces, patterns connect, awareness expands, and suddenly, the same individuals who once moved with certainty become uncertain. The same voices that were once confident, become quiet. Or they begin to speak in a completely different tone. And this is where discernment becomes critical, because you must observe what was their posture before exposure and what was their posture after exposure. Before exposure, confidence, boldness, continuation without hesitation. After exposure, silence or sudden explanation, distancing from their actions, attempts to reframe what occurred. The absence of a request for mercy during the action and a presence or absence of accountability after the action tells you everything you need to know. Because fear can imitate remorse. Fear can imitate humility. Fear can even imitate transformation for a moment. But fear does not sustain change. Only truth does. Consider another scenario. A person who operates through control, subtle at first. They elevate you one day, diminish you the next. They create emotional dependence, they withdraw it. They praise you in private, but question you in public. Over time, you begin to doubt yourself. But when their influence fades, when clarity returns to you, now they say, I didn't realize. I just didn't want to lose you. Let's fix this. But understand, missing control is not the same as developing character. Now, expand this to systems. For years, decisions benefit the few at the expense of many. No urgency to change. But when exposure comes, now there are statements. Now there are reforms. Now there are calls for understanding. But moving forward without accountability is not evolution. It is avoidance. So when mercy is requested, look deeper. Beyond the words, beyond the timing, beyond the emotion. Ask, is there acknowledgement? Is there accountability? Is there consistent change? Or is it simply a reaction to being seen? Mercy is not an obligation. It is a choice. Mercy does not mean restoring access. Mercy does not mean immediate trust. Mercy can simply mean, I will not harm you, but I will not allow harm again. And sometimes, the mercy you must give is to yourself. To release the weight without reopening the door. So when the moment comes, stand in clarity. Because mercy is not about ignoring the past. It is about choosing your response with full awareness of it. And true power is knowing exactly when to extend grace. And exactly when to maintain distance. Ashe. May the light of truth guide us. May the strength of the divine uphold us. And may the will of the Almighty be fulfilled in all that we do. Let our steps be firm, our hearts be pure, and a purpose unwavering as we walk the path of righteousness, unity, and ascension. And so it is written, so it is spoken, so it shall be. Ashe Samo to be, inshallah, Selah Thafash too, and amen.
The shift has begun. Alignment is no longer optional. To the 15th virgin.
From the heart of the sun, a chosen light rises, the child of the sun.
There comes a moment when presence alone shifts the world. Harmony, compassion, justice, not ideals, the foundation of what comes next.
Said I was crazy because they couldn't see what I see. I'm making a difference. I finally see it. The world is ready, and I was made for this.
Every choice has a consequence. You chose the game. We served for years as a supervisor and disaster responder with the American Red Cross in New York City, helping families rebuild after fires and evacuations. Today, I launched the Universal Care Alliance, working along Freemasons and the Order of the Eastern Star. Your watch is complete. You now belong to history. Your watch is complete. You now belong to history.
TNT Initiative's beatific seal of the 144,000. To the 144,000, the chosen who carry the eternal light of the Almighty. This work is for every soul who is awakened.
Funny when they think you don't matter. Funny when they think you won't rise. But everything changes, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
They were called just like we were called. They were chosen just like we were chosen. They were given gifts, sacred gifts, divine assignments, but instead of alignment, they chose the shortcut into currency. Pennies on the dollar for something that was priceless.
And now, the gifts are gone, stripped, removed, disconnected from the source. They refuse to honor. They ignored correction in the unseen, so now they answer in the seen. This is not revenge. This is order.
For centuries, the world has needed guardians no one could name. We move where others can't see.
We go where governments can't.
We are the shield in the dark. And when the world breaks, we never have. The world won't stop breaking.
Then we won't stop holding it together.
So what exactly is TNT Initiative?
It is creative direction.
Every emblem refined.
Every symbol perfected.
It is organizational clarity.
Framework structured like sacred law.
Guiding every...
So what exactly is TNT Initiative? It is the architecture of destiny, every framework aligned, every decree sharpened. It is the sacred transmission, weekly broadcast that awaken the collective and...
So what exactly is TNT Initiative? First, ceremonial creative direction. Every emblem, every decree, every transmission sharpened to absolute clarity. Second, organizational framework structured like...
So what exactly is TNT Initiative? It's the transmission nexus of tomorrow, where sacred clarity meets unstoppable creative fire. It's decree, style messaging sharpened to perfection, every emblem refined, every symbol aligned. It's not just...
So what exactly makes TNT Initiative unstoppable? First, ceremonial creative direction. Every emblem, every decree, every transmission sharpened to absolute clarity. Second, organizational framework structured like sacred law, guiding every collective action with
If they turn that engine into a weapon, none of us are free.
I was born to the sky, but I've never felt this heavy.
Then let's lighten it. Hold on.
Council won't stop until they own the future.
Then we build...
Is declining, but humanity's search for God is rising. This is not the end. This is the beginning of cosmic governance. A structure becomes a planet becomes a network, and that network becomes the conscience of our species. We build paths for those who will follow.
Your homes were taken in silence, through deception, through lies. But what was taken will be returned. When it returns, it brings life back with it. Know your rights. Reclaim your home. Learn how...
Oh my God.
Yes! I got in? Thank you! Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so proud of you! I can't believe it! Believe it! You earned this.
Hello?
Hello, this is the Office of Admissions at Arcane Collegium. I'm pleased to inform you that you've been accepted.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
This place is unreal.
Feels like we stepped into a storybook.
And we're in it now.
You ready?
More than ever.
At Arcane Collegium, your journey begins the moment opportunity finds you. One decision, one message, one future. Welcome to Arcane Collegium. Advancing mind, advancing humanity.
That system is over. No crowds, no noise, no influence. Everything.
This is the TNT Initiative. The Apex 144,000 have awakened, joined by 3 further tiers, 360 million chosen across the Earth. Together, we are rewriting.
The world is changing, not by chance, but by design. A new Earth is rising. Those who align with the awakening will lead in innovation, sustainability, and trust.
Evening. The world is shifting faster than at any point in our history. Technology, climate, culture, everything is rewriting itself. And as we move toward what many call the new Earth, we don't only need...
United Earth's orbit is reaching a critical threshold. Now, the world unites. The United Space Industry Alliance, securing humanity's future in orbit.
For centuries, we followed an artificial calendar, but the Earth has always kept the true time. The year begins when life awakens, the spring equinox, the return to Earth of months. One cycle, one shared rhythm. Join us, the Earth Rhythm Calendar.
For generations, our world has waited for a shepherd who would guide us beyond the edges of what we know. As the appointed guardian of nearly 400 million beloved chosen ones, I stand watch.
You felt it. The pressure, the constant test. That's the Chosen One Olympics. Honey traps. Low-level dummies thrown at you without even knowing why. Now it's confirmed. DNA studies link you to pharaohs, kings, queens.
Energy is the foundation of all creation. Before a word was spoken, before matter took shape, there was vibration, pure movement of being. Money is not power.
Imagine a curriculum woven into everyday schools, rooted in mystics, creativity, and innovation. A place to practice, reflect, and create, to align within and build.
Manipulated, tested the limits.
They fucked around.
And they found out.
The world holds its breath. Something unseen is moving. Not a conquest, an alignment. A new Earth is rising. The alignment has begun.
The desperation phase is over. Every last attempt has failed. What was hidden is now returning. Order is restoring.
The world forgot how to love, but the divine has returned with sacred guidance. Join the Celestial Institute. Restore love to the earth.
In a world rebuilding its order, policy must be enforced with precision, not by fear, but by structure. Accountable, disciplined, unified. EC.
Haiti rises. From survival to sovereignty. A new era begins.
Leadership requires clarity, stability, and trust. That's why we operate above the old world compensation paradigm. Elevated stewardship compensation framework. Resourcing responsibility. Protecting
Screen. Activate. Deploy. A simple, deliberate framework, moving us toward a clear point in time. January 1st, 2029. Forward.
From alignment comes structure. From structure, mastery. And from mastery, responsibility.
In times of great change, clarity must lead. When one is chosen to see ahead, wisdom is found in listening. Follow the guidance of Sebastianus, not from feet.
True power is not domination, it is mastery of self. If you wish to change the world, elevate the consciousness that shapes it. Be formless, be sovereign, lead the way.
There was a time when peace was only a dream, but today we make it the standard.
For generations, humanity has pursued peace. Today, we structure it. But peace must become a system, structured, protected, and universal.
Peace becomes the standard. Aligned across all nations, all people. Lives. Where leadership stands, peace is enforced.
I am a chosen one. I am a chosen one. A divine being of light of all mankind.
And the definitive enforcer of the universe's advancements for the betterment of all mankind.
For the betterment of all mankind.
One by one, they awaken. Heart steady, purpose clear, synchronize. They are no longer awakening. They are now activated.
There comes a moment when presence alone shifts the world. Harmony, compassion, justice, not ideals, the foundation of what comes next.